and next thing you know, I'm in the hospital. And, you know, I've been doing this for like over 20 years, and I've never missed a day of work. Because we just don't have those kind of schedules. It's not a 9 to 5. But I don't feel good today, I'm not coming in, you know? So I literally woke up in the hospital like, hey, I gotta go set. I'm ripping the wires out, and the doctor's like, where do you think you're going? I have to go to work. You don't understand. It doesn't work like that. My whole cast and crew waited for me. Long story short, I had to stay in the hospital. It was worth it. It literally was worth it.
What was that like when you hear your stars in the hospital?
Everybody freaked out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, she texted me in the morning. She was like, she was so sorry about it. I said, what are you talking about? Like, it's okay. We have insurance. You know what I mean? It's okay. I just want to make sure she was all right. And by that night or the next day, she was like, I think I'm going to be able to start coming back. You know, because it was luckily, it was, I think, on a Friday.
Yes.
So she had the weekend to recover. And then she had to totally change her eating habits. Like of course, she's eating in the movie, and she can't swallow any of
That
that
cornbread, because it sounded so good when you were talking about it.
I couldn't, in all of those eating things, I could not swallow that food.
Yeah.
Because I literally, Taraji B. Henson was eating literally baby food.
Right.
I had to revert back to baby food. So I was storing that food in my jaws like a squirrel. And yo, cut out.
I can see why, because it's a really physically taxing performance. It's a really physical performance for you, isn't it?
Yeah, and I just came from Proud Mary, which was another physical performance. Yeah. It was something I had messed up my stomach from years and years of doing bad things to my gut. So that's what happened to my stomach. It had nothing, and it also had to do with stress too. The stress didn't help, but
Yeah, I think it was.
good things are born out of pain.
In this case, yeah.
No, I was gonna say, I think of that morning we shot the very first scene in the movie where she hits the guy over the head. Everything was fine. That night was one of the city council scenes, and she came out. She looked really good. She was like, yeah, so yeah. I mean, it just changed like that. But within a couple of days, she at least was feeling good enough, and just thankfully it wasn't. It was serious, but it wasn't too serious.
Literally, Ann Atwater saved my life. Because if it were not for this film and me having to go to this particular hospital and that particular doctor pinpointing exactly what was wrong with me, because this had been going on for years with me, and I found myself in the hospital in Monte Carlo doing press over there, and no one could pinpoint what was wrong. And here I am in some Macon, and the way they had to get me in there to put pillows over me in the wheelchair, and it was crazy. But at the end of the day, everything happens for a reason, oddly enough.
Wow. I don't even know how to respond to that, but I'm going to try. I want to ask you about, because I know that this goes back a ways to be disappointed, because he's been dead now for a long time, and you found this by reading Time magazine.
Yeah, milestones page in Time magazine in 2005. It said C.P. Ellis, former Klan leader, turned activist. You know, I blinked, and then we found that there was a book, and then I didn't know how it happened, and then I realized how it happened, which is Ann Atwater. And then I saw a small documentary and had them all talking with each other, talking about each other, looking fondly on it. And I was like, I have to make this movie. At the time, I wasn't ready to write and direct, so I let the rights lapse to the book in like 2009. Then we went and did the Hunger Games, and then right after that, I said, I'm going to do this, and thankfully the rights were still available, and I got on a plane to Durham and started meeting with Ann Atwater.
Because you talking about the stress, one of the things I just noticed is your body language. I can see the way you hold yourself. It's very different in physical terms when you perform for it, and that must have taken a lot out of you.
You know, when you're playing roles like this that reflects the ugliest time of our history, it's a little taxing on you, you know. But I have a little switch I turn on and off. I don't carry this weight when I go home. Yeah, I mean, it does affect you.
I mean, just her, I mean, she's really aggressive, which she is with everybody. I was talking about how physical performance is, and she's just really, she gets really close to people. And just what that does to your body language and being with people takes something out of you.
Oh, absolutely. It's very draining. You gotta imagine, I always envision her as like when I talked about her physicality, when she gets moving, this is a woman who moves with a purpose, you know. And I always like, I equated it to like moving like a locomotive. Like once it gets going, you better get out of her way or she might steamroll. You know? So that's how I approach her. You know, a woman who is moving with purpose.
Who wants to make sure that everything she says is heard, so she gets really close and speaks very specifically, so nothing is misunderstood.
Right, and CP Ellis said you could, oftentimes you can hear her before you see her. That's very descriptive.
Somebody go get him. He not.
Yeah.
He not.
You're gonna get all of what I'm
You go
saying.
get him. I'll be too.
What was your first conversation like with Taraji?
Oh my gosh. Well, again, Danny Strong sent her the script, and I think we didn't even talk for the first 6 months, I think. She wanted to do it, but she was in the middle of the first season of Empire, you can imagine, right? The whirlwind. After 2 weeks, it was like a massive hit. And so I think we met during her first hiatus and talked about doing it the following year. And she said, I think it was, she loved the script, she researched Ann, loved Ann, and what really put her over the top was her mother knew all about Ann. Is that right?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
have family from the South, from North Carolina, and I have aunts and uncles who live in Raleigh, which is not far from Durham. And my first year of college, I went to North Carolina A&T, which is in Greensboro. So I would go to get me a home cooked meal and wash my clothes in Raleigh. But yeah, my family in the South, they knew exactly who Ann Atwater was. And they were like, you over there? You don't look nothing like her.
But Ann was over the moon that Taraji was going to play her. I mean, over the moon. Ann was super excited. I have a voicemail still from Ann talking about how excited she was to see Taraji playing her. It's a regret, obviously, that we didn't get to do it. And during the shoot, a couple times I said to Taraji, I should send you this voicemail. She didn't want to. She didn't want to hear it till the end because she would have got, I think, too emotional about it. But so I think the night we wrapped, which is at 5 in the morning, our final night, I sent it to her.
And I boo-hooed. And I think it was so sweet, her granddaughter was like, my grandmother loved you, and she said, when she found out you were gonna betray her, she said, baby, that cookie lady gonna play me. She said that she had a hard time pronouncing my name, so she called me cookie lady.
From now on, that's what I'm gonna call you, Cookie Lady. Because one thing I was wondering too is that you're not doing an impersonation. I mean, you're not, but she had a kind of size as a person, you're doing that, aren't you?
Well, it was important that I moved different. I couldn't portray Ann Atwater with my energy. So I didn't have the time to gain the weight because, of course, I'm playing an action hero. Then I go to play civil rights activist, and I go straight back to Cookie. So I couldn't get that Cookie Lady. And I would have enjoyed gaining the weight because I love to eat. So I had to make me a prosthetic suit and get down to Atlanta, and I go to try it on, and I was like, the boobs look like mine, and I go, this isn't what I imagined. And I was like, I need you to understand that it has to, I have to be weighted, like I have to move different. And so I said, why don't you call Tyler Perry and ask him what they did to my dear boobs, because I need it to be like that. And they were just amazed that I was willing to go there. And I was like, have you not seen her? Like, I'm trying to do this woman justice, and it has nothing to do with my vanity. So the more I do not look like myself, the better. And they went nuts. And then Robin here tells me, they finally got the boobs away. I was like, yes, nice and big. I can put them on the table one night.
The whole shoot, she would put them up on the table.
I would. And so Robin, because you know he has to look at the aesthetic of the film, and he was subtracting from my boobage every day, and I didn't know.
Only for the first couple days. They were just a little too big.
I didn't know.
I hope this is going on Twitter, so everybody knows.
By the way, just so you know, I have one of them in my office at home. I was given, it was on my seat the last day of JR gave it to me.
I don't know how to follow that either, but what I will ask is again to talk about not just the physical size, but her size as a person.
Yes.
That's what I was talking about.
Yeah.
That you're playing somebody who's really a big person.
Yes.
terms of the way she takes up space in the room.
But even her, everything about her is big. And when I'm not just, I know what you mean. You're not just talking about size. Like her voice
If I
is
don't
big.
come back, bye.
Her approach is big. It's
I'm not gonna
bold.
go
She's
out and then come all
bold.
the way back up.
And she's loud for a reason because she's the voice for so many voiceless. So she has to be loud. You can't hear them, so you're gonna hear me. They're too afraid to speak, so I'm gonna speak for them. And I think she had to be that way because look at all of these powerful white men she went up against. She was by herself, fighting all these powerful men. And so she had to be over the top because they just weren't listening.
No, and the thing that's really interesting about the movie too, is it really is a movie about two different cultures.
Yeah.
And about if you can communicate with one of them, because you can't talk to all of them.
Mm-hmm.
And that's really, for me, the secret of the movie is that she communicates directly with everybody. And it was that communication with CP that changed it. It wasn't like she was trying to change everybody's mind. She's just trying to get him to pay attention. Mm-hmm. And that's so much of that chemistry between you and Sam is about him trying not to listen to you.
Well, when you first meet them, they're both the same person, actually. Because their approach, like, just because she was on the right side, her approach was just as wrong as his, just yelling and screaming at each other. But you call yourself a Christian, right? So it wasn't until she was able, because as she's chipping away at CP, Bill Riddick is chipping away at her.
Well, my favorite scene in the movie is that when she says, I didn't really think you were Uncle Tom. Yes, you did.
Yes, right. Well, because the thing is that he didn't like either one of them when he first met them because he saw two angry people screaming and yelling. So he couldn't even hear either side, right? You know which side is right, but your approach, it's your approach. And if your approach is off, then what is it? Chaos. And we're not getting anywhere. We're just gerbils in the wheel spinning. Someone has to jump off the wheel and go, okay, let me try a different approach. And it wasn't until Bill Riddick started to chip away at her. And then she was able to see herself. And then she was able to become the change she wanted to see in CP.
But because this movie about this dance between these two cultures, because you need to have somebody who can see what both these sides are. That's what the movie's about.
I mean, yeah, I think it's when Bill Riddick finally corralled them to sit down together, I think they just became three-dimensional to each other for the first time, even though they had hated and known each other. And it was Ann who said, oh, okay, he's at least a three-dimensional person, even though he's the head of this violent, racist hate group. And so I'm gonna make it my mission now for the betterment. And we've been talking about this for weeks now, because when you release a movie that's about something, you talk about it a lot. And it really hit me in the last week that, when I first made this movie, it was about labels for me. It was like how we label each other, and we don't see each other as human beings, especially now in the two-dimensional world. And of course, it's about race. And so, but you know what? It's about leadership. It's about leaders. These people, this wasn't just a racist and an African-American woman. These were the leaders in the community.
Well, he thinks he's creating a future.
Of course.
Creating this group for young Klansmen.
Yeah.
He thinks he's basically building towards the future.
Absolutely. But he's the leader of, he has people that will follow him to the ends of the earth. She has people that follow her to the ends of the earth. Ann Atwater, Bill Riddick is a leader, right? And so he looks at these two people saying, wow, they really have influence over so many people. And if I can get him to come, and if Ann Atwater says, if I can get him to come, maybe he'll change some hearts and minds. They're leaders, right? And so that's trickle down, right? I've met people that were in his youth corps and said it took him a couple years, but they were angry at first that he left the Klan, but they changed too because he had changed. So.
That's why I think it really is a movie, and this is the interesting thing about it to me, it's a movie about two different cultures, and about an outsider coming into that, in a way that's about somebody listening to people who aren't listening to each other. And that, you talking about being about leaders, but I really feel something about communication. Yeah. Because Ann has no way of communicating, and she will get your attention whether you want it or not, and he's more of a seducer. I mean, he wants to talk to him, he wants to communicate with him directly, and just sort of see that they both have these missions that they're on is really interesting to me, because you have these two different cultures and we can see both sides of it, and we can see what they both think they're doing, and that's the real sort of tragedy of it.
Yes. That's right, and to understand why they think they're doing the right thing, right? And where his ideology came from. But you can't do that without looking inside of him, you know, and seeing him as three-dimensional. You know?
That's funny, what's interesting to me about the two of them is that he's a different person with his family than he is with everybody else, but she's the same person with everybody.
Yes.
And I think that's really interesting, I mean, because these characters are really clearly drawn. I just wondered if you saw that in the material you were doing for research, or is it something you just kind of found as a way to dramatize it?
No, it was that. It was that here was this guy who was the head of the KKK in the mid, I think he became the president in the late 60s. I mean, can you imagine, right? But yet he loves his family. They love his, you know, he's a doting father, you know what I mean? And so how does a man that has that love also have that hate? It's unbelievable. And so, yeah, he was taught racism by his father and his father before him. They were both Klan members. But he also loved the Klan because it made him feel good. It gave
He's also building another family.
Absolutely.
He's finding children, and I just thought.
He's included.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I thought I'd ask you, because the way that she finds to communicate with him is through his family, which, so when they go, my other favorite season, we just see with you and Ann Hesh, which is the two of you talking, and you see, that's this, for me, the switch that flips in her, she understands how to talk to him, is to communicate with his family. And I was wondering if that was an important scene for you too, because of that.
Oh, it was a very important scene for me and also for Ann Atwater in this entire process, because the wife humanized him. The wife made him human. You know, she got to laugh and like, oh, she has a sense of humor. Maybe he's not so bad since the wife is your better half. Maybe he's smart enough to take her. You know what I mean? So that actually, I think that's when she started to have a little bit of a change of heart. Is when the wife came.
Oh, that's such a great scene, because it's like, you can sort of see her understanding how she has to talk to him. He was handsome. I mean, just listen to what she's saying, and planning
And
with
hearing
her.
a little bit of his backstory instead of just seeing this hateful man.
And that's really a great scene for me, because the great moment of that scene is it takes her literally, like timeless, I watched it a couple of times, it takes her a minute to let her into the house. And I want you to talk about staging that, you're making that scene play out long, because she has to wait. She can't just say come in. She's got to think about, I want to let what this represents into my home.
Yeah, I mean, I think we talked about this on the day. It was like, I think Taraji said when she and Ann Hesh and I were talking about it, Taraji said, I think this is the first white woman that's ever come onto my porch, right? That's what we talked about. That's how we were going to play it. And for Ann Hesh, it was like, you know what, I'm going to do something right. Like, Mary Ellis is going to do something right here. Mary Ellis didn't like the Klan, that was true. She loved CP, which also was complex to me, right? How could she love this guy if she really didn't like the Klan? CP talks about every president of the Klan, the wife is supposed to head the woman's auxiliary of the Klan, and Mary Ellis said, no way, I'm not doing that. So I think she saw CP couldn't do the right thing yet, so she was going to. And that was all Taraji, by the way, waiting and not letting her in, and then when she closed the door, kind of looking out like, what just happened? You know?
What is this white woman doing in the
Yeah,
house?
I was just at the monitor.
I want no cross in my yard.
But no, that waiting is so beautiful. I mean, it's really a great moment, and it's really where I get to understand that she's trying to figure out if she can change, if she's going to listen, what this means to open her door to what this represents. And I just thought that pause. I mean, it's a lot to ask of an audience, but it pays off. Was it tough to do on the day?
No, it wasn't necessarily tough. You know, I thought it was a beautiful moment. I'm a girl's girl. I love women. I like my girl time. So I thought it was a beautiful bond between two women from two different backgrounds. I thought that was beautiful. You know, I loved it. That is actually a great scene. It's a really, really great scene.
Because it's something that plays in a very different rhythm from the rest of the movie. I mean, the movie actually seems to stop. I mean, there's so much going on everywhere else. This is one of the rare times there's just two people.
It's a piece of sunshine, right? They're just talking about their families and, right? They're not talking about anything, you know what I mean?
No politics, no anything, just family.
But I guess the reason I keep going back to me, because does that seem better? It's because I can see Ann listening in a very different way. I just wonder if you, as you look at the script and working this up and talking about it, if you thought, this has to be the change, because we can see it, if you're paying attention, you can see it.
Well, the thing about it is, like I said, he can't be all that bad if his wife had the balls to come over to my house. You know, this not a neighborhood where you see white people hanging out. Like, this is not, they didn't get along like that back then. That's why we found ourselves meeting in charrette. So, it was almost like her understanding him better. You know, you can understand a person through their partner a lot of times, you know what I mean? And again, the only thing I could think of is that she humanized this monster. This man that she hated. You heard her in the credits. She said, "I just wanted to chop his head off," you know, and to be able to turn your heart and go, wow, and see him as a human. I mean, we all are humans. That's the thing about these hate groups and gangs and cults. It's people looking for love. It's a false sense of love and belonging, but that's all they're really looking for. That's all they're really looking for. And the hate groups or the gang members or the gangs and the cult, they prey on people, these humans, at their most vulnerable moment, and they make them believe that this is the family you need to belong to. So anybody can get swept up. If you're that vulnerable, you can get swept up just like that. So, because I even had somebody jump on me on Twitter. They hadn't even seen the movie yet. They was like, what? Oh, God. Twitter, where real conversation happens. Anyway, but this person was like, I cannot watch a movie where you try to humanize a monster. Like, come on, really? The man is human. Like, he's human, and all of these people are human. It's just, they got caught at their most vulnerable moment in life, and brainwashed. It happens. It happens all the time.
What was the first scene that Sam and Taraji did?
It's a scene that didn't make the movie, actually. It's in the trailer, but so in the movie, the very first scene is her hitting the guy over the head, and then she goes out and joins her protesters. And I wrote the script that there's Klansmen across the street shouting epithets and all this horrible shit. And here comes this car, and it's CP. He gets out of his car, he's got a cigar, you know, and it's in the trailer. You know, he looks, and then she sees him, and they have this stare down, and it's really great. And that was the first thing they did together. And it was a little, oddly, it was like too movie-ish, I think, eventually, for me. It was a little, like, he's the badass, and she, I don't know, there was something about it. And I used to have a different opening to the movie, and once I figured out that this opening, in Over Black, hearing both their voices, that would connect them. So I didn't need to connect them in the second scene of the movie. I could go from her right to him at the Clavinal, and I know, the audience would know, okay, eventually these two are going to butt heads. I don't know what it was about it. It's a cool scene, but it just, yeah, it didn't make
Well, it's
sense.
not antithetical to that scene we're talking about, it's really in the house, because it's a scene about small communication rather than like big, I mean, not to say there aren't big attitudes being going back and forth, but it's a scene about communicating, there's some communication in that scene.
Absolutely.
We're out of time, I'm sorry, I could talk to these guys for hours about this, just to be educated about Twitter alone, but let's thank Taraji and Thank you guys for coming. Thank you.